Good morning. Got music in my ear because I'm a little bit early. That's how we roll. All right, got my stuff going. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Good morning, Sylvia. Forgot what I was doing. Anybody know the song Wait in the Truck? It's a song. Yeah. Apparently Nightbot is warming up too. Killing time. Good morning. Tracy. I need chapstick. Good morning, Deb Somerville. It all went together. And I have finished most of my coffee. Going on later. I'm sitting here anxiously waiting. Well, one thing apparently starting a little bit later was messing with my mods. I wanted them to not get up so early for me because they are amazing people. Now they're busy. So yay! JC Sylvia is here, keeping the peace. Peacekeepers, that's what we need to start calling them. Good morning, Quilting in the Country. Lori. I don't think I put you in my thank you list. No, I'm sorry. Lori Quilting in the Country is a mod for me. I need to fix my post from yesterday. I knew I forgot someone. And why is it Moderator Appreciation Day? When the song finishes, I'll let you know. I actually cut two colorways, two different ways to put it together, because the fabrics that I had in this colorway were big enough to do it all HSTs. Yeah. Fabrics in this colorway were not big enough for that. And now we make it stop. I know, what kind of hostess am I? I come on early with music in my ear, just dancing to my own tune. Now, I'm pretty sure Melissa, who is Practically Creative, and Lori, Sherlock Sews, won't be here this morning. Sorry about my fingers. They hurt. They hurt, I popped them. Such is life. Oh, let's see. Everybody's saying good morning. Oh, Lori says, no worries, I am hardly here. You still count, because we love you. And we are here for your comeback when you come back. If you haven't checked out my moderators, they are the pretty blue names. Some of them don't have channels, but Quilting in the Country, and Sylvia does, except for Sylvia is UME FPP. I'll get links in a minute because I know how. You might be surprised to know, before I started my YouTube active channel, I say active channel because everyone has a YouTube channel. If you're commenting, you have a YouTube channel. You may not use it like lives and posting and all that. You may just use it to chat and put comments in, which is fine, but that is a channel. It's just not active, in my opinion. This is what I've made in my head to differentiate, because when you ask people, do you have a channel? They're like, no. And I'm like, everybody has a channel. Do you have an active channel? I think is the better question. But anyway, I was a moderator before I got a channel, and I moderated for about a dozen channels. Now I moderate for, let's see, Sylvia, Melissa, Lori, when she's on, and Sylvia, Melissa, Lori. Come on, help me. Is that all? No, there's somebody else. Who is it? Miss Ellen. Miss Ellen. Now I moderate for about 5 channels. What does a moderator do? I'll try to tell you as fast as I know how, because this is only going to be an hour. My husband calls in an hour and I have to be off here. So a moderator helps with the chat. If you have links programmed into your bot like I do, they can drop the links. If you don't have links and they feel like going and fetching a link for you and putting it in the chat, that's nice too. It's more work for them. That's why I use my Nightbot, because being a moderator, I knew that there was a lot of hustle to get those links in about the things that the people I was moderating talking for. So when I set up my channel, I made it easy for them. Okay. It says there's an alarm, but it is not giving it to me. Pardon me, because that's not the right phone, is it? Yeah, knock it off. Oh, whoops. I'm going to shut that off so it doesn't do it again. I put it on this phone so I would have to look for it and remind myself that I need to get off at that time. But since I'm going live at this time today, it changed things. Anyway, as I was saying, and moderators, if some, let's say undesirables, trying to keep it polite this morning, come into the chat, they click the 3 buttons by their name, they go over to the channel and see if they need to be reported, they report them. They can remove them from my chat if I'm busy and not seeing them come in my chat. Again, my Nightbot helps quite a bit with this, because it also checks names and words in a sentence for bad language and stuff. And no, I don't like bad language. Everybody can be okay with it all they want. I don't like it, so I block it. My house, my rules. Your house, your rules. So yes, it is time to go live then. That's actually my shut up alarm. Today was off. But being a moderator is an unpaid position. It is volunteer. And they do a lot of work for me and other channels. So if you're in a live today, you tell them, thank you, Moderator Appreciation Day is kind of my own thing. I made it up. So declares Coleen. So if you're in a live, don't forget to tell them, hey, thanks for being here. Hey, we appreciate you. Now, not everybody runs their lives like me. I realize that. But still, it's good to be appreciated when you're a moderator and working hard. And, not all moderators do the same things. I don't think I can elaborate on that. So, sometimes we just tater like pretty. Yes, I've had coffee. And if we haven't met, hi, I'm Coleen Sosin Chats, and I'm on a little bit later this morning in observance of my Moderator Appreciation Day. And you're going to see a whole bunch of shorts from me today, because it's my own kind of Independence Day I'm celebrating today. This is about when my channel became more active. I did a couple lives in June when I first started, a test and then a random one. Those have since been taken down. Why? Because my channel, my rules. Good morning, Sojourny Tracy. It's good to see you. So anyway, and I speak regularly with my moderators, and they know my expectations. They know what I expect in my chat. They know what I won't allow in my chat, and they have my complete support. Why do they have my complete support? Because they deserve it. They volunteer to do this job. They give up their precious time, and time is precious, to come help me out. Yes, I may go help them out too, but they deserve it. They deserve it. Thank you. They deserve recognition for doing a good job. And you can just stand there and be pretty. Sometimes I actually have people because I want them. There may be somebody that I put as moderator just because I think they look good in blue. So anyway, I stopped modding for all of those channels because I just couldn't handle it anymore. Our values did not mesh like I would like. I think that's the most polite way to say it. So here we are. I have a channel. You're here with me. Thank you. Let's, and in appreciation of my moderators with channels, we're going to do some shouts really quick. Thank you. So, Journey Tracy, you are the best, Coleen. What an honor. I don't know about the best. I am excellent at being me. I've found, if you try to fake it, one, people will know. Two, wow, that is a pain. I got like 5 minutes and it's like stress. So I'd rather be me. And, I don't see much wrong with me. So be commenting in the comments everything that's wrong with me because, y'all, I got flaws. I don't need help. Beat myself up enough for that. Good morning, Brandy. Oh, Brandy is still at work, and I am going to try very hard to make it to Brandy's live at 9 o'clock, practically right after this one. Problem is, I get off the phone with my husband, I try to tidy up, and then I forget that I'm supposed to be over there, that I want to be over there until the last minute. So, Donnell Stevens, good morning. I'm sorry I missed you coming in. It is not intentional if I miss someone. I got a lot going through my brain, a lot coming out my mouth, and they're not concentrating properly together. I hope you're all doing good. Good morning, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee has a bombshell video. Kind of overnight, was it? Was it overnight over? Anyway, apparently people want to know how to make your house smell yummy. Dee Dee's a girl. Okay, numbers really quick. Melissa is at 2.69K. She is practically creative. Sylvia is at You and Me FPP. She's at 841. Dawn at My Quilt Projects is 932. Miss Ellen is at 709. Brandy, 100 Proof Quilter, who is also in the chat, is at 480. Our new friend Shannon is at 467. Dee is at 12.2. Super Steph is at 16.6. Marie Scrappy Creations is at 9.22K. Why do I do this? Because channels need cheerleaders. It's good to have good content creators. And if you watch a video that is still on my channel that is very old, you'll see that when I started, did not think that YouTube was a place for kind people. That's all I'm going to say about that. It is. It's just you have to try harder to find them. It's surprising how many people are. I almost lost my iron. Well, like actors, putting on a show for you. It drives my husband nuts that I act the same way in front of a camera as I do off camera. True story. It drives him nuts. Okay. Let's see. Brandy is on at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday. Lori's going to get her schedule when she gets back in there. Melissa is on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. Sylvia is, see, I just closed that. Why did I close that? My friend Sylvia is at 9 a.m. Eastern every Friday. And then my friend Dee Dee drops a video every Friday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time that I anxiously await and sometimes don't get until Saturday. And it just runs my night when I realize that I haven't seen my friend Dee Dee. Let's see. Who else we got here? I think that's going to do it for now. Because I got lots to do and little time to do it. Little time to do it. Today, I am doing the Barrister blocks, which is, can you see through? Yeah, you can see through that. I put the numbers on, I put the ruler on a specific way so I could see which way it went. Barrister block is just 4 bear paws. It's a repeat of this one twice, and y'all pray I don't drop these. My hands are not the best. And this block, the only difference in the 2 blocks is this corner piece up here. So I have made 2 already, and I'm not so sure I'm going to put, because the Barrister block, they go together. Yeah, they go together like this to create the Barrister block. You'll get 4 of them and put them together like a 4-patch. I kind of like them like this, and I think it'd look cute around my panel. I may not put them together. But that's why I'm calling it a variation. 1, I'm not using their instructions. 2, I don't know that it's going to be all put together, but I am going to do the blocks so you can see how to make this block. This is an HST. These are HSTs, and in fact, there are 24 of these little things. So I would suggest doing them as 8 at a time. You can actually cut a strip and draw your lines on it and sew it all at once, then cut it all at once. I didn't do that today because I didn't think of it, honestly. So 8 at a time strips. On my community page, there's a better picture of that. Works great for this. For those, I use triangles. Okay. I modified my triangles on the roll because I don't have the 1-inch finished ones that I want. And when I did that, I realized I shrunk my inseam. So I need to trim every one of those. These cuts, if you are very careful with your 1/4 inch, the cuts that I have for these HSTs do not need to be trimmed. Now I'm going to try a new thing. I might actually, I don't know what I'm going to do. I only got an hour. Don't know what my phone just did. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with these. I've got all the pieces for the 4 blocks. Have a, what was it? A light and a dark. Mine look like too dark because they are. Light and a dark, 3 3/4 inch square. And I've drawn my lines. I drew all of them. Why did I draw all of them? I have a theory. My theory goes, I should be better prepared. My theory goes, once you draw that line, and I always move my ruler over to make room for the width of the pencil tip or the pen tip, I am moving it over just, let's see if I can get this to show. I may have to take a picture close up. Just on the other side of the line I drew, and drawing my 1/4 inch line. So hopefully all of these come out like they're supposed to, because usually I line my line up on that center one, or I try to do it freestyle, just keep it my 1/4 inch. I am terrible at that. That never works out for me. I thought I would try this. It should work. Oh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Deborah Holman came in. Good morning, Deborah. Deborah, and my tongue is going to be tied. And then there are those of us, me, Tracy says, Tracy Albert, that Coleen just adores for mischief. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I am using my 1/4 inch foot because I found it very good at keeping me on a drawn line. I may be a little wobbly. So to do the 8 at a time HSTs, do a 1/4 inch from the center diagonal line. Both ways. Ouch. It pinches my finger. I need to learn to keep my finger out of the way. I usually don't draw this 1/4 inch line, but I thought, hey, I'm going to try it. I've tried the seam tape. I've tried my 1/4 inch. I'm always a little bit off, so I usually leave room for trimming. And if you need room for trimming, I would take all the measurements I put the HSTs and add a cord. I see how close this one came out. This will make 8 of the 24 paws we need. I'll just move over. And I'm cutting them apart. Whoops. Let's tilt you a little bit. We're going for a ride. I used a friction pen. It's in the seam allowance. It doesn't matter. It's on the back of the stuff. It doesn't matter. Some people have trouble with them. I've had them leave marks before, so I just did that. Well, I did it right, but usually I do my straight up and down cuts first because they're not lined. So find the tips of those. I have less light in here because I thought I was going to be smart. These aren't. It's because I cut them in the wrong order. There we go. Thought I was going to be smart and get some blackout clingies for the window up there because without windows, it's 100 outside, it's 200 inside. And these are on the bias, which means they're stretchy. And I got right at 1.5 inches with that one. Let's see if I can. 1.5 inches. So all I have to do is cut off my dog ears, and we have 8 of the 24 paws we need. That is how the Magic 8 is done. I would like to correct myself. I cut the cross first. First, I usually cut straight up and down, straight side to side, and then I do the cross because I've got the lines there if it wiggles on me. Which it did. And I'm not going to measure every one of these right now. I may live to regret that later, but I just wanted to show you that this is very fast. Make these 3 times, and you have all of your claws, HSTs. And I would press these all nice and pretty, but in the interest of time, just showing you that's how it can be done. And those are going to stay before until I'm done. Then the 4 at a time HSTs are a 5.5 inch square. Put the medium and dark together. I drew my seam allowance around it because I was feeling artsy. Use your 1/4 inch foot, use your tape, use your whatever you would like. Alrighty, give me one. I was hoping that drawing this on there would keep me from wondering because I wander off at the end of every one. The second my finger lets go of that fabric, it's going sideways on me. Where is my Magic Seam Ripper multi-tool? Over there. And it's fun. And you'll notice this week I have the tutorial I did back in September of last year going up. I tried to edit it down from the live, so it was less time. Some people don't like that. That's okay. I just saw off the edge. I don't try to stop right at that quarter mark. I just go right off the edge, turn it, do it again. And these, we are cutting corner to corner. These should Don't pay attention to the man behind the mirror. You should be. Try to get my blade right at the corner. Three and a half inch square, actually. Yeah. I should have 4 3.5 inch squares this way. When I turn that, it just reminded me of quilting with Stephanie Stitches. She made a lazy Susan pressing board. And I was like, I've got boards. I can cut them into circles. And now we have, let me press that to the darker side, what should be 3.5 8-inch. Well, that's not even the right number on that side. It is 3.5, but let's get the side with the ones. Right at 3.5. That's very hard to see. Maybe you can scroll in later. I don't know how that works. And we did them all at once for all the bear paws. And you'll see when they're put together 4 at a time, these rotate in and out. Barrister's block. That's what it's called. When you put that together, these rotate in and out. So we'll have a couple facing in and a couple facing out, and then add the claws. But anyway, okay. That is the simplest way. This is not that I'm about to do. But it works with small pieces. If you have small pieces you're wanting to use up, I used a charm pack and a 2.5 inch strip that I had. That does not go in there. I have got pens everywhere. Let's just open the pen container and put them away. It's gonna go in my foot. Anybody else have that problem? Don't put your pens away. You'll find them eventually in your foot. Put my hair up. Good morning, everyone just joining us. Good morning, Halo Inspirations. Angel. Thank you. She says, happy Moderator Day. See, I can make up my own holidays. Sorry, gotta get my hair off my neck. I can't stand my hair on my neck when it's warm. I thought I could. I can't. Okay. So, I've put got my papers on here just so these are 2 at a time HSTs with my, I don't know where cheat sheet went, light and dark fabric. And I'm using a white and a purple, and the fabrics I'm using, if I have links, they are below. Just put it on top of each other, pin them there, and then I'm going to sew on the dotted lines. It should make this quick. Me being the genius I am, and I'm saying that very sarcastically in case anybody can't read my face from the side view. I forgot when I shrank these, because my 1 inch papers hadn't came yet, that I was going to have to trim them down before I check them, but that's okay. All these will have to be trimmed down just a little bit because they're not quite 1.5 inch. Oh, why did I do that? I'll never know. If I put these on there the opposite way, I would have just zigzagged all the way down them. Yep, I had to turn them over. Changed my needle yesterday, cleaned my machine this morning before I started. I usually do them at the same time. I didn't want to. That's what it boiled down to. I just did not want to clean it yesterday. Just trying to make sure these blocks are going to work like I intended them to. terrible time not following directions. Look at your picture and the directions they have it going for the barristers. Block. Because every time I turn these paws around the wrong way. I like them like that though, so I left them. I thought they were cute. They look smaller to me, and I think it's cute. If you can do a bear paw block, you can do a barrister block. I'm not sure what their directions are in the book. Oh, I guess I should mention. The blocks I am doing, I am picking randomly from this book with the number generator. And there is a link to the book below. I really should have put these on there a different way. I mathed yesterday. I mean, really, do we expect much more from me than that? I was trying to get a pattern written for, well, you can't see it. Give me just a second. Those look like ribbons. You can't really see it in the camera, but these red and white pieces, they look like ribbons. I was trying to get that pattern written for someone who had asked for it. So I did a lot of mapping yesterday. When I put those together, I used charmpacks and just said, what happens if? Can I get the ribbon? Because I saw, you know, I don't want to misspeak, but I really do. I think it was a Fort Worth Studios had one that looked like ribbons. It was made differently though. And I wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it because I'm not just like that. And the blocks I've made so far, I put at the bottom of it. It's going to be the top. It's actually flipped over. It's going to be the top. I really like how that looked together. It's going to hang up on my own wall. Okay. Got these cups so I best work with. Now I got to be picky. I am using the papers as my guide right now. I'm going to have to trim all of them down just a tad because I have issues. Let's just call it that. Anyway, and this is very tedious. And I'm going to leave the papers in there. I like the papers from Fat Quarter Shop, but I like the newsprint better. These, when I shrunk them, I printed them onto my newsprint papers. Which tear off easier for me. Also tear off easier than the FPP. I don't know, it feels like stabilizer that you can print on for FPP. I like this better. I like these papers better. So if I can scan it, copy it, print it, I will. You know what I didn't do? I didn't change my blade yesterday. And yes, now I am regretting my life choices. Halo is opening her new brick and mortar store. Well, they're preparing. I shouldn't say opening, they're preparing. And it looks so full. I'm not going to take the 1 minute it takes me to change this blade to do it now because I could. Got 30 minutes to get this done. Your fingers out of the way of your blade. Because blades bite. They should put that on the paper. Blades bite. Oh, all kinds of things going on. I think it's on my iPod. Thank you for sharing links. I'm sure they're in there. Just haven't looked. Sylvia's doing more of her slow stitch. Oh, I just glanced up and saw that. It is so amazing. It's art. That's what I would call it. It's art. Hand-stitched pictures. Because she's waiting on the doctor to fix her eye up. Sewing machine's a struggle right now. I'm not saying anything out of turn. We all know that. Not telling secrets today. At the moment, I should say there's no telling what secret's going to come out of my mouth. Y'all know I pray to keep my mouth shut and don't say anything that I'm going to regret during a live. So far, it's worked fairly well. No, it does work. Now I have a dozen HSTs. Before I get to squaring up on those, I'm going to make my large HSTs. Oh, I see people. Good morning, Don Denny. Did you change the time of, or am I not awake? You're awake, girlfriend. I changed the time. I thought the moderators would like an hour later this morning because it's my self-declared moderator appreciation day. Two at a time, HSTs, draw the line down the diagonal, so 1/4 inch on either side. Why that's there. I was wondering why I clipped it. And I line my pressure foot up with that center line because I didn't draw the lines on this one for me to sew on. But yes, today was a different time. It drove me crazy, honestly. I get up, I need to get going, get things done before my back knows that it's unhappy with me. Voila. Yes, there was a thread attached. Yes, I did tear it. And now's the fun. I'm going to finger press these. I do prefer to iron them. I have my iron out, but that's going to take time. I don't got this morning. And I use the diagonal. And if you're looking for more ways to trim HSTs, my friend Stephanie, Quilting Stuff with Stephanie Stitches, did a video on that recently. Why am I holding it up in the air? Line up the diagonal on my ruler, put the diagonal on the fabric, and if these two sides are straight, I only need to trim one side. I used a couple charms for this, so that's why it's so oversized. I didn't bother trying to resize it down. I was going to have to trim it anyway. I doubled my work. Cut the ear off, and we have one 3.5 inch square, which is going to be the little paw. I apologize. I'm usually in chat more, but I went on a time limit today. That is not, well, kind of self-imposed. I could have told my husband, I'm not talking to you today. First break. Call me later. I like my husband. I like talking to him 3 times a day. Except for when he can hear everything I'm doing and he's like, what are you doing that's making a racket in the earbud? Dishes, laundry, normal things. Feeding myself. There's some people when that shall not be named hit. I know I've said this before. I just can't remember where. We're all, yeah, I don't want to be home all the time and can't stand to be around my spouse. Whoa, that stinks. I would have my husband home all the time if I could. Of course, I couldn't do YouTube then. Okay. I want my light side facing in. That's right. Light side facing in on that one. And my darker side facing in on this one. There we go. So the claws are going to go right here, these 2 sides and these 2 sides. And these are supposed to be 1.5 inch. And I can tell you they are not. If I can get 2 straight lines, this will go faster. I don't have to trim every side. Yesterday, I had to unstitch 2 or 3 times, so I have sides. Now, opening these one by one is going to be very tedious. So I'll do enough for 1 of the Barrister blocks. At least you'll see how it gets together. 1 block has 6 small, 1 quadrant, I guess I should say. Anybody else have that problem? You get in a hurry, your hands suddenly know it and don't want to do anything that you want them to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Picked up one I should move. Okay. I'm going to use the diagonal line on my ruler. I have shorts that show this up close. That ring is getting in the way of me gripping this properly. Pushing against my finger and not getting the hold I should. I'm slow at trimming them up. That's why I tried to shrink the papers and I messed that up. So here we are, trimming them up. If you have precise papers or doing them many at a time at HSTs, using, by the way, cheat sheets that are down below the video. Knocking off that dog ear. You wouldn't have so many to square up. I have so many to square up because I didn't do it as well as I could have. And this is the second time I've made this block. I have made this particular block before. And I didn't use their directions that time either. I looked at it and then I was like, no. That way is not going to work for my brain today. And it was from the Quote Builders card deck. Fun fact. There are 19 of the blocks in the book that are in the card deck I have. The card deck I have is the blue package. I'm not sure which order this is. There is another one coming out in October. I've got plenty to do, so I don't know that I'm going to get it. I might, though. But I have alphabetized those, and I'll move on to those after we do this book. Okay. So now, moving what's up? Whoa. Ooh. Chatty, chatty, chatty. Oh, good morning, Patty C. Patty C. See, I forgot her too. Happy Moderator Appreciation Day, Patty C. She's a little bit like Tracy, mischievous. I'm going to lay them all down like they're supposed to face. And the colored pieces look like the claws to me, so those need to touch the inside. Sometimes I turn it all the way around 3 or 4 times before I get this. I can hold this up without dropping it. So I've got all my claws touching this way. And I'm going to sew these. For me, I always do the 4 that go left or right for me. I always do them together, and then I do these 3 separate, because these 3 will attach to the paw, and then these 4 will attach to it. So just flip the one on top of the other. Make sure you don't turn it around on the way over to your sewing machine, because who does that? I do that. Not good. Not good. Flip the left one. It's hard to see from up there. Flip the right one over onto the left one. And then the seam that needs to be sewn is on my right. There's no seams going at this point. And I'm going to flip this right one over onto the left one, and the seam that needs to be sewn is on my right. And my edges are lined up. I'll check them before I stick them under the needle. Take this one from here. Take this one from here. Let's see if that's right. Because I'm using such a light fabric, I want to press to the darker fabric. In this case, it's the light purple. Then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take the one above it, flip it over here, and I've got it ready to sew in there. These are just assembly tutorials, really, because some of them are not the easiest to understand for some people. Design board, design board, design board. Push this seam over to the green. Set it back down where it goes. Flip the right one over to the left one. My brain does not care for a lot of their instructions at all. I'll tell you a secret. If you assemble, go there. I missed a dog ear. If you assemble the 3 like I did as I went along first, then when you bring it back down, you can get the 3 on. Trying to get that down. Those papers are in my way. There we go. This over the 3 triangles. Your triangles are touching the, in my case, green fabric. And this last one, it actually, those triangles actually do nest. They can, if you turn them right. Every time I've had to change my seam. So this one off because I need both of them. Those are the 3 I just put on. Here's the top 4 with the plain square. Lay that down and flip it over. And these seams will nest right here. This is this one and that one and this one. There's 3 places the seams nest. On the corners, like that plain one. And I'm not pinning them. I pinned them yesterday. And then I had to rip them out several times. Pinning works better for me. Just a time thing this morning. All kinds of stuff I'm missing. I know. And there. One paw is done. And it didn't take forever. It would have taken less time had I not wanted to show the other way to do it so much. So, to help remember, when you're doing these, opposite faces in. I put the light inside on these 2 sides, light outside on these 2 sides. This solid square is touching the other solid square, and the other ones will be pointing out. And then it's just a 4 patch. Put this one over on this one, get your 1/4 inch, same here. Now if you've sewn those together, take these, come over here. And you will have the Barrister block. Variation. Let's say variation. I think we should call it a moderator block. That's what I'm going to call it. And now I'm going to look in chat because I don't think I'm going to get that other one done even if I start it right now. I hope that helps someone out there. Thank you. I saw Lori Quilting in the Country loves the colors, and I got a ways to scroll, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let's see. There's hellos. Halo says, have to do the sewer method and sew on the side of which you cut to give the room for the fold. Yes. The what's it called? It's called something. Scant 1/4 inch. I'm never going to do that. I try, and I fail and fail. I can sit here for, the time it takes me to get that done right, and it doesn't help that my hands want to fight. I'm never going to do that. Absolutely right, though. Absolutely right. I don't want people to think, no, that is a me problem. If you just sew just on the other side of that line, the scant, away from where it's going to flip, do the scant on that side, it pulls back all pretty for you. Absolutely right. Let's see. Then we're down to Dawn. Oh, not that far back. Halo says, y'all are quiet today. Everyone feeling okay? They're taking it easy on my moderators. Thank you. You're so thoughtful. I am such a dork. Aw. Thank you, Michael Mayhem. Halo's son Michael just said that technically what I am doing is art too. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is so sweet. You know, if you watch Halo over on her channel, now that her son has joined her, they remind me of me and my son. We sit there and we will tease each other endlessly all day long. Deborah's doing her pre-surgery exercises. Oh, sciatic's making it harder. Oh my gosh, I hate that. Let's see. Saying hi and hi. Tracy is mostly stitching while doing her Cinderella. While listening while stitching her Cinderella. What did I just say? I know that wasn't right. See, I'm in a hurry. And that's when Patty C, by the way. Patty C is my twin. A few years apart, same birthday. So if you see us teasing each other about being twins, yes, we're Twinkies. And that is why she has a pretty blue ridge. Ow, ow, ow. And my bonus mama, I let so many people out when I said thank you to my moderators. Aw, man, I am so sorry. Luckily, they all know it's not intended. I would never do that intentionally. Patty says she made her first bear paws this month. So much fun. And, you know, I think they're going to be so adorable around that bee panel, especially the one I threw over there. Oops. I used green because I thought grass would look cool in back of it. Get these going the right way real quick. When they're not sewn, they don't want to sit. Or not pressed, they don't want to sit. Oh, and that reminds me, Michael is quilting, doing that sewing thing. Why have I done that? Because I'll put this on top of it, see if I can. One of my solid pieces, solid-ish pieces. Because I thought bear paws and bees just go together. And I'm going to put the ruler over it to hold it down so I can show you. Maybe. When it still wants to fold to me. This will be hard to see. Clear it off. Just clear it off. We're not worried about it. Yeah, that's pretty hard to see. I take it off. But I used some grass fabric on the other side of the claw. And the bee fabric for the paw, because, you know, I don't know if it's true. You know, I've never looked this up. I just assumed that Yogi Bear is correct. Winnie the Pooh is correct. They like honey. So there's a bee problem. I need to pick those up on the floor too. Oh my goodness. Yes, great. Quilting in the country. Lori says bear paw is fun. Great guy quilt. You know, I did it in last week. Camo and black. I think it's cute. I was thinking, oh, that is so guy. So guyish. So I was gonna maybe a mat. Snack mat, that's what I'm trying to think of. Oh, we scrolled. Halo says Michael and I are so impressed that you can talk and sew at the same time. It's your talent. It helps that I really never shut up. It's a problem. When I'm trying to do ASMR, I start talking. I'm like, no, gotta cut that. That's no good now. Thank you guys. It is hard to sew and talk at the same time. I usually mess it up. Luckily, I do very little, so less that I can mess up. And Halo says, I hate commenting on my phone. The typing is always thick. Sorry. Oh, it's fine. And I'm making weird noises now. Still chat since I'm done with that block. Didn't get the whole thing done like I would have liked to. I've got 5 minutes to finish reading my chat, and then we're going to end it early today. Not really early on time. It's only been an hour. I hate the tiny phone. I absolutely hate commenting on that tiny phone. Last week, I watched Melissa's live on the tiny phone, and I texted her. I was like, I'm watching your chat, but I'm not in there because I'm on the tiny phone. She knows I hate the tiny phone. Donnell Stevens. I like that. She says, I do either a 1/4 inch or a healthy 1/4 inch. Yes. Oh, okay. And Halo, from what I said earlier, I thought she was talking about the scant 1/4 inch. She said, not the scant, just so on the cutting side. Oh, okay. Now I see what she's saying. My mind was not switching gears with her. It does that on the cutting side. So, let's see, do I have any that I haven't cut? I'm going to sew. Let's see. My fancy pointer. Going to sew, let's see, on this line. No, I'm going to sew toward the line I'm going to cut more. That's what she's saying. That is a good tip. No, I totally get that. Did that make sense when I was showing it? Because I know exactly what you're saying. And if I could remember to do that one, that would help. Because then the HSTs, I could always cut as they instruct instead of having to trim all of them down to get them precise. I need to remember that. I'll try to remember that. That makes sense now. Donald Stevens, it's Monday. Everyone is still trying to wake up. Yeah, come on. It's Monday. This is your wake-up call. I'll tell you right now, I know a few people in my family will be shutting this off right now. Oh no, that's too much of her for this early. Probably my husband included. At Patty C, you are a fiber artist in a 3-dimensional format. That is the fanciest sentence I've seen in a long time. Thank you. Fiber artist in a 3D. That's got to go into the Nightbot somehow. I don't know how. Maybe Patty C says with exclamation art. And I'm going to get this thank you in here for my moderators one more time before we have to leave. Let's see. Patty says, I love that. Can you make a block that looks like a beehive or a tree for the center block? I have FPP beehive. And I'm thinking and I also have the FPP. Can you see it up there? That is a bee out of FPP. I haven't made the beehive yet, but I was thinking I can alternate this one with these other ones and maybe a bee and a beehive if I can get them all, kind of the right size. They don't have to be the right size. I can add sashing to get them up to size, or yeah, we wouldn't want to trim those down. But girl, sweet share birthday, we are on the same wavelength. That would be cute in the center too. I'm thinking to go around my thingamajiggy over there. That is the technical term for it. Don't ask, just smile. Sylvia says, gotta go, sorry, and I'm gonna get some links in here, I hope, before my shut up and go away, Coleen, goes off again. Oh, I saw Melissa. Let's see. Good morning, Gladys, the confident quilter. It's good to see you. Good to see everybody. I so appreciate all you guys showing up, hanging out with me. I should just do it in alphabetical order like my Nightbot has them. I am putting links into the chat if you'd like to follow, subscribe, give a like, ring the bell, make a kind comment to my mods and friends. Get my mods in there first because seriously, that's the least I can do. They volunteer like they do. The least I can do is get their links out there. Let's see. I have got all kinds of things in this. And I bought too many. Too much stuff. Look at that. I do know how to moderate my own chat. So can't do that and talk at the same time, though, just so y'all know. They're needed. Oh. Got out of jury duty temporarily, Melissa says. Let's see. Mondays are hard. Glad to be here, Patty says. Thank you. Good morning, Brenda Foley. Did I miss you coming in? I'm sorry if I did. Okay, let's see. Have Melissa? I haven't gotten Melissa in there yet. And all their links are in the description box of my long videos. Actually, I think all my moderator links are in all my videos. So if you go to the description box, drop that thing down, scroll down, you'll see a link to them. You'll also see a link in case you know somebody who needs it. I feel like my heart says I need to put this out there. Link for the US, the abuse hotline. Why? Because once you've dealt with somebody abusive, you understand other people need help. It's not easy. Who have I forgotten? Oh, Sylvia. Sylvia hasn't come up yet. There's our friend Sylvia. And I think that's all the moderators. And the special mentions, which are people who show up in my chat, such as Halo Inspirations, who is Angel, and my friend Dee Dee over at My Big Tidy Up, who you know I love to death. I probably say that about everybody. I heard someone say, you know who you are. Always saying people are their favorites. I was like, oh my gosh, I do that. I do that, and it's awful, but equally loving person, I guess. Hey, if I'm going to make things up, I'm going to make them up. And Melissa says the National Domestic Violence Hotline is always in her videos as well. Thank you, Melissa. She says the clerk told her the judge would decide if she can get permanent excused for jury duty. Told her to ask him if they have accommodations for those with issues. Bowel issues. No doubt. No doubt. They don't want me on a jury. As nice as I am, I trust my gut. If I was on a jury, I'd trust my gut. I'm very bad at ignoring it in real life. But those behavioral panel, and I am going to wrap it up. The behavioral panel guys, they do say, oh, that says it's time for me to go. That women's intuition is a real thing. Listen to it. So I hope you guys maybe learned something, maybe picked up some tips. We have great tippers in our chat. We have great moderators in our chat. Don't forget to say hello and thank you to the moderators when you join a chat, just because they're there kindly donating their time, and we appreciate that. Be the light you hope to see in others, and take care.